Hey guys, today I wanted to show you one of my favorite softwares and a little bit of how to use it. So I'm going to open up Tmux and I'm going to open my virtual environment. We'll be looking at a trading software today. Man, if I could spell that would help. It's called Openbb. This will also give us information about stocks. We can look at derivatives. We can look at economies. It's not just for the United States either. So I'm going to pull this to a second screen just so I can enter my password without you having to read my password. Before I do that, when you enter your password and email, it should look just like that. And a little bit later, I'll show you where you can set that up and why that might be important and something you might want to do. Alright, so I'm logged in. Home will take you home, and that'll show us the same screen here. So let's go ahead and take a look at equities, and let's look at our screener. Now this is just going to dump a whole host of companies that have been screened. We can add some filters to that. So I am going to look at the filter for the commodity channel going up, which is an indicator that something was oversold, and now the momentum of that is swinging towards being overbought. So that indicates a potential good entry point, or at least stocks that generally fit within those criteria for those that might be in a good entry point. I'm going to go ahead and limit this to 5. RCAT is the first one that pops up, so let's actually take a look at RCAT. So I can just put in price. It'll take me to my price menu, and I'll look at historical. And I'll put a start date. Let's do October. Now we can also export this file to Excel or somewhere else if you want, like CSV. And I'm going to be using only Office. Alright, so there's all data for us for RCAT. Now if we want to graph this, we can just take these four. You have to have date, open, high, low, and close to be able to make a stock chart graph. Recommended charts, and our stock chart. Cool. Now, the reason why I wanted to pull something like this up first is I want to show how to use the technicals. So I'm just going to go and jump home. I'm going to punch in technical. Now these cached results, these are what you're going to be using for technical analysis. The thing with these is it does have to be the information for the stock. If you try to pull up something else that doesn't have all of the data for a stock and you try and run a technical analysis on it, it's not going to work. It's not going to have what it needs, like the open, high, low, and close, to be able to calculate the indicator from. So I've got technical there, and I do really like the CCI. We did kind of look at the channel going up, so let's take a closer look at the commodity channel. Now also bear in mind, after I run this, it's going to generate a new cached result. So if I want to run this same thing again and say export to Excel, I'm going to want to drop down by one cached result. And I'm going to export this into Excel, so just like I said, I'm going to change that to 1. And I'll export that to worksheet. And there's my CCI displayed over in this column G. Now, with this, you can see that the CCI was negative. It went farther down to oversold territory, and it went deeper into that, and then it started to turn around, and to the point where it became positive. So if we look at this turning point right here, even from here, where we see it down, and now it's on the way back up. 276 was when at first, well actually at first kind of turned around there. It was at 283, went down to 275, and then it turned that 276. So look, if we had got in at 276 when we saw that turn, or if we waited for it to get to 46 at 280 for us to get that confirmation. Now, if we bought that and if we bought there, that would have been the best price, because it's just gone up from there, at least at opening. And that's what that would look like on the graph. That was where 280 on the 28th. 1028 was right there. Selling it here, so we could have gotten a little bit of gains from that. So that is not all that Openbb can show. Let me zoom out some so you can see the full menu. So we can look at the economy as well. And also keep in mind all of these here. These would be your data sources, OECD or like Federal Reserve. For some of these, you do need an API key to be able to get the data. And if you're interested, at the end of this video, I'm going to show where to put that, and that also relates to your password. So let's look at interest rates. The start date, well the USA is the country, and what the start date of, let's say, okay, so I think we would actually have to export that to Excel to be able to see the full file. And there we go. There are our interest rates. There we go. Interest rates over time from 2020 until 2024. help, we'll pull up that same menu each time. We could also look at the house price index. We could compare the short-term interest rates with the intermediate and long-term interest rates, so you could see if the yield curve is what the shape of it is, whether it's inverted, normal, or flat. So those are some of the coolest things that I wanted to show with Openbb. I'll show you online how you can do a couple of the other backend things for Openbb. So let me go ahead and grab another. I don't need all those windows. So you're not going to, for what I'm doing, the Openbb command line, you're not going to want to pull that up. You'll want to go to the GitHub page and go down to Openbb Hub. I'm already signed in, but it'll typically tell you to create a sign-in, and that same sign-in is the same one that you'll use for Openbb command line. So I'll go ahead and hit see more, and I'll check the credentials. And like I was saying, a lot of those sites like Fred, you would get a API key from there, and then once you get an API key, you can just copy and paste it into here, and when you open Openbb, it'll read everything that's in your Openbb hub. Now, not all of these are going to be free. For some of these you do have to pay a subscription. A lot of them are free, but to get the most out of Openbb, you will want to get at least a few API keys. So in the Fred site, I can go to Fred Tools, Fred API, and API keys, and then you can request or view your API keys there. Now, you probably noticed that I did not cover how to install Openbb command line. It's because they have really great documentation, and after you sign up in the hub, you can just navigate there and it will take you through the installation instructions. Just for an overview of how I even was interested in this software, when I was in school, we used an application called Bloomberg Terminal, which cost $20,000. And I didn't have $20,000, and I still don't have $20,000 just sitting around. Not for, trading software. So Openbb works as an alternative to that. That is free and open source, and there is a paid version too, where they do give you a free trial period. Even their pro version, it still looks beautiful. If you are interested in trading, investing, or just having a tool to be able to pull up market information for reports, research, whatever you might want to do, this is a wonderful tool to do that with. So thanks for watching. Bye.